Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Megan, Senior Client Success Manager here at Mindful. Today we're going to talk about an emerging customer experience philosophy called Total Experience. It involves becoming more customer-centric as opposed to channel-centric, giving your customers the experience they wanted all along, a total experience. Now I want to preface that what we're covering is super new. There's no set script to follow, so take the pieces that I'm sharing that resonate with you. It's a fresh concept and there's so much canvas space to figure out how to execute it. So to start off, creating a total experience means looking at the bigger picture and linking all of those experiences together so that they're connected and cohesive. The organizational structures that exist today, they've traditionally created silos with customer experience and employee experience running independently of each other, and user experience grouped in as a subset of customer experience. The idea of total experience, though, is that no experience operates in a vacuum. Think about how employee experience impacts customer experience when agents feel overworked and underappreciated. One report shows that higher employee engagement can actually lead to over 2 times more revenue than lower employee engagement, not to mention the impact on CSAT scores and other agent metrics. Or consider this, how user experience impacts and influences employee experience. The customer who just spent over an hour trying to find an answer to their issue online before they finally get to the agent. At that point, their time has been wasted, they're beyond frustrated, and in some cases, the agent won't even have the opportunity to change that customer's perception of the brand because they're beyond the point of return. Let's take a deeper dive into each of the disciplines that make up total experience and discuss how to approach them in a meaningful way for your business. So you might have thought we would start with the customer experience, but I'm starting with the employee because customer experience and employee experience, they're more connected now than they've ever been. The Great Resignation, it's led to employee experience becoming a movement across industries, with HR and IT hyper-focused on it, and the marketplace, it's exploded. If you were to total up all the tools purchased in this space with case management, knowledge management, employee portals, it's a $15 billion market today. Your employees are the most important asset you have to help you serve today's customers while adapting to tomorrow's new customer expectations, processes, and technologies. But it goes well beyond just offering good benefits. You have to give your employees the tools and resources to be productive and to make workplace activities easy, because customer experience starts with your employee experience. Loyal employees create loyal customers. Customers, they're going to feel tied to your brand because of how the interaction with the agent makes them feel. One big buzzword in our industry, it's empathy. Everyone talks about it, but few brands are actually committing to it. And it's time to put your money where your mouth is. Empathy has always mattered, but today, it's imperative. It's as important as profitability because we're moving towards a world where customers will only buy from and employees will only work for companies that make them feel seen and understood. All right, so I want to call out one company who's doing an amazing job at this, Chewy, the pet supply brand. How many times have you seen stories shared on LinkedIn or Twitter about the level of empathy their agents show when a customer tries to return an item they purchased for a pet who ended up passing away? Almost every single time, Chewy gives them a full refund and tells them to donate the item. But they don't just stop there. They follow it up with flowers and even a signed card. Empathy, it really goes a long way to drive brand loyalty. And empathy in the workplace, it's got to start at the top. If employees don't believe their leaders have empathy for them, they're unlikely to show empathy themselves. Look, if you're in leadership at your brand, you should be focusing on employee experience to drive customer experience outcomes. And if you're not a leader, take time to define and design an employee experience and draw lines to the impacts that it would have and bring that to your leaders. On to the outcomes. The overflow of EX is CX. As brands, we get so fixated on the customer and how to make things better for them, but that needs to begin internally. Treat your team well, make them feel like they're appreciated. That's going to carry over to your customers, and it's going to be evident when those CSAT metrics come rolling in and the agents are getting glowing reviews. Because customers can pick up on when an employee cares, and caring employees, they're going to strive for what's best more often than not. You have to start somewhere. When done well, employee experience will drive productivity, engagement, retention, and customer success. On the flip side, If expectations aren't defined, it's no fault of the employee if they don't deliver. Okay, total experience, it's about elevating above today's organizational problems. Now, most teams and software solutions are dedicated to a particular experience, and they run independently of one another and create silos. Silos are a main ingredient in a poor customer experience. All right, let me tell you about a siloed experience that I had recently. I was moving cross country and trying to get internet set up at my new place. I started on the company's website and selected the internet package I wanted, the service start date, and the option to set it up myself or have a technician come out and do it for me. Now, I like to do things myself, so I opted for that option, and the router would be shipped to me, and I didn't have to rearrange my schedule around a technician's. So I placed my order, received an email with the estimated arrival date for my router, but 4 days went by, no updates. So I decided to reach out to the company and see what the heck's going on with my order. So I call, I get connected with an agent. They have no history of my order, none, nothing. After waiting for 30 minutes while the agent spoke to multiple different departments, I was told, gotta go back to the website and open a chat. I was like, a chat, what? Because apparently that a third party handles router orders. There was literally nothing the agent could do to help me. I had no other option but to start all over. And the crazy part is my story is not even unique. With all of the technology options that we have in place, the system still breaks like this all the time. Bottom line, that agent should have had better insight and tools needed for them to be successful. Taking a total experience approach aims to create a superior shared experience, not just the customer, but employees as well. Now, that cable company, they might have thought using the third-party provider would have cut down on costs, which maybe was the driving force to use them, but it ended up directly impacting my customer experience and also the agent's experience when they had to turn me away. Another point my story highlights is that customer experience is not linear. Every customer is different. They all have their own set of needs, wants, preferences, and behavior patterns. And brands need to see customers as people. Every relationship, it's going to be different. Customers are no longer following a linear customer journey path with a clear start, center, and end. So you need to give them choice in every interaction. And on the back end, each choice needs to be connected and apparent to the agent in order to address that nonlinear journey. To create a total experience at your organization, you need to connect the teams that are tasked with improving customer experience and employee experience. We've illustrated how tightly these two practices are related, and your coordination and collaboration needs to reflect that. By bringing in those experts from other experience disciplines, you're going to be able to create and sustain greater customer and employee lifetime value. It's all part of a whole, and it's only by tying these aspects together that you can make a substantial difference. Okay, so both user experience and customer experience share a common goal, and that's making customers happy. User experience has traditionally been viewed as a subset of customer experience. For example, in your current structure, you might have UX as part of your CX program, focusing on a specific digital touchpoint in a specific channel. But siloed user experience approaches that are based on this traditional channel mentality, they're preventing organizations from delivering a seamless digital experience to both internal and external audiences. All right, I want you to think about these two questions and how they relate to your organization. Are your employees enabled with the right tools and the right UX to be able to solve the customer's issue? And are your customers able to access a UX that is designed specifically to their needs so they can be successful with resolution of their issue or inquiry in a self-service environment? To create a total experience, companies should really embrace empathetic design thinking practices for both customers and employees. Understanding their mindset, it's going to create the best possible solution for their needs. Now, you actually need to have two UX strategies, an internal one for employees, as well as an external one for customers. And UX teams should spend time with key end users in both of these areas to thoroughly understand what their optimal workflow is. By looking and understanding both customer and employee interactions, the outcome of this, it's going to be a shared and connected experience and an optimized flow from brand to employee to customer. Okay, so we've reached the last discipline, multi-experience. I know we've all heard of multi-channel and omni-channel, and those have done a lot to spur on global CX transformation, but Multi-experience looks to evolve these practices. Now, Omnichannel's approach was about having a website, a mobile app, a chatbot, and allowing customers to get help or answers from any channel. But multi-experience is about connecting these together so that users can move from one channel to another seamlessly and with context, all while still adapting the experience to each specific device or channel. It's about moving the focus from technology and channels to thinking about how people use applications and interact with a company. With multi-experience, it's about the experience and not the channel. Our customers don't think about what channel they're in. They just want to get answers as confidently and efficiently as possible through whatever interaction makes the most sense for them. But we're not going to let technology off the hook here. You have to have tech in place that creates a seamless journey between interactions. And this is really only possible by connecting this to agent context and empowering them with knowledge. And it culminates with feedback tied back to specific interactions, which can then be used to improve user experiences. The outcome is creating memorable, personalized interactions in moments that matter. By connecting intentions and outcomes for multi-experience, this fuels how total experience is delivered and enhanced across all touchpoints. Speaking of fueling, let's talk about pizza. Domino's has been super committed to digital innovation for years now. Most of their digital transformation actually started back in 2009. They've been really vocal about their belief that all future customer interactions with brands will be completely digital. And today, more than 60% of their orders are digital. 2/3 of those are through mobile devices. What they did was they took a customer need, which at the time was customers saying they wanted to get a pizza delivery on the beach or at a football game. And Domino's said, okay, we'll do that. We're going to deliver pizza anywhere our customers are. They built a product around a customer need. It was a really smart CX move executed in a bold way. Today, there are over 15 ways to order a pizza from Domino's. You can send a pizza emoji over social media, or you can order through your Google Home or Amazon Alexa. They've personalized the experience for each individual customer and empowered them to order the way that they want to. And what do you know? They've doubled their market share in the process. That's the power of multi-experience. These 4 disciplines make up a total experience that align customer, employee, and brand initiatives. Just as customer experience challenges companies to break down silos between channels, total experience challenges them to break down the barriers between experience management, teams, and solutions. Now, I know it sounds like a big hill to climb, but start by thinking about all the disciplines we discussed today and where you're most at risk. Even though total experience is a philosophy to adopt, it highlights a fact that your brand's experiences are all connected. Each one influences the other. So start where you can make quick and meaningful impact. It'd be great to get leadership aligned and start at the top, but that's not always possible. Listen to your people, your customers and employees. Their words will show you where to start. And as you make changes and gather quick wins, you can map them back to your progress toward a holistic total experience. And if you need some help along the way, we're here for you. All right, y'all, until next time.